Well, hello everybody and welcome back to another new vlog. In a woodland, you won't be surprised to learn, once again. Two main reasons why I've come into this woodland today. One is it's flipping roasting hot. It's the last week in March and it feels like July temperatures, to be quite honest with you. We don't very often get a mini heat wave like this at this time of year, but it's beautiful, don't get me wrong, I love it, but it's just way too hot to be walking around in the sun all day. So I've come into the woodland just to try and get some shade, but also I would like to have a bit of a photo shoot with my recently purchased RF 50mm f1.8 lens. I bought this a couple of weeks ago and I've already used it once, but I didn't really get that much use out of it when I used it. I was comparing it to the old EF version of the lens, and I was just basically taking a couple of images with each lens and comparing the images together at the end of the vlog. Now obviously that was a bit of a ball ache of a vlog to make, but also I appreciate it was a bit of a ball ache for you guys to watch. So now I just want to shoot a few shots simply with the RF version of the lens and just see what I can get with that and ignore the EF version for now. So I've come into this woodland and I think I've already found a little composition that I want to shoot. Just behind me, you won't be surprised to learn, there is a bench just here, this bench here, and it's pointing towards a tree behind it, and I think from where I'm standing with a 50mm lens I'll probably get a very decent image of this. It might have to be a portrait orientation because the tree is quite close to me and it's also quite tall. So I'm going to set that one up and take that now. So I've got a couple of clangers that I dropped that I need to tell you about. First of all, in my previous vlog, right at the very end, if you watched it all the way to the end, there seemed to be a little bit of a problem with the audio right on the last little section of the vlog. Well, apologies for that folks, that was my mistake. I thought that my microphone was knackered and that would have been a right pain in the arse if it was, but as it turns out I'd plugged the microphone jack into the headphone socket on the camera. So that explains why the audio was crap on the end of the last vlog. Like I say, apologies for that folks, that's my error, and I think it's the first time I've ever done that, to be quite honest with you. I won't be doing that again, that's for sure. So I hope it didn't ruin your enjoyment of the vlog too much if you watched it all the way to the end. I know that some of you don't always watch right to the end, so you might not have noticed it anyway. But the other clanger that I've just dropped, quite literally very nearly dropped, was my RF 50mm f1.8 lens. As I took it out the bag to set it up onto the camera, it popped out my hand, and I just saw my life flash in front of my eyes, to be quite honest with you. Luckily I managed to catch it after 2 or 3 keepy ups to try and stop it from falling on the floor, and everything's okay. Now I'm walking along the path I've only ever walked along once before, and previously I'd had an opportunity to come this way and chose to take a different option, but then a short while later I came back this way and decided to take this path, and this is only the second time I've been down here, and the first time I got to a railway bridge and decided to take a right turn over the railway bridge, but I could have carried on slightly to my left and carried on up into the woodland. So I think I'm going to try that one today and see what I can find up there instead of going back across the railway bridge, because I know exactly what is in that direction, having already been there once before. So this is going to be a bit of a new adventure, but it's all to try and get the best out of that brand new 50mm lens that I bought. Well, I've found a composition here which looks quite nice. You got these trees here which are kind of at the edge of what appears to be just a muddy dirt track heading back into the woodland. Those trees are just kind of at the edge of the path, just as the path itself turns a little bit, and there's a bit of an S-curve in it, so from here where I'm standing you can see just the first bit of the turn, but if I stand on the opposite side of the path you can actually see the second turn in that kind of S shape in the path. That looks quite nice, and I think it might work quite well with a 50mm lens. So I'm going to set up here and take this shot, but before I do, I just want to let you know of one important lesson that you should always learn when out doing landscape photography. I spoke about a month and a half ago now about understanding the conditions when you're out. Might have even been a little bit longer than that, and it was to do with the blue sky that we had, windy conditions, and just a few high clouds just disturbing the image really. And I was quite enjoying that little shot, that little vlog that I did for that. But also, as well as understanding the conditions, you need to understand your surroundings, and I've just nearly found that out to my cost. I stopped by the side of a lake to put my bag down and take a photo, and as I put my bag down, turned around and tried to get the camera out the bag, I discovered that there was a bee's nest right next to where I was standing. So as you can imagine, I beat a hasty retreat, got away from there nice and quickly. Anyway, I'm going to take this shot now and then I'll move on. Okay, so that was another situation where I couldn't decide whether to shoot with a portrait orientation or with a landscape orientation. Now I've shown you both shots simply because I still don't know. I've had a look at both of them on the back of the camera, and on my 3.2 inch articulating screen they look okay, they both look okay, but I can't decide which of the two that I prefer. When I get them back onto my laptop screen, which is 15.6 inches of beautiful monitor, I'll be able to tell whether I prefer the landscape or the portrait image. But for now, I just want to kind of make the point that if you're ever in that situation where you can't decide whether it's supposed to be a landscape or a portrait orientation, take both shots, and then at least if you've got both, you won't be worried about missing one once you get back to your computer and think, well, that's not very good, I wish I'd taken the other shot now. So always try and take both shots just to be on the safe side. You can always delete one if it's not good enough. You don't have to show everybody all of your images, but at least if you've got both of the images, then you'll be able to make a decision either way. This bench behind me, just here, I've shot this before on a cold and frosty day back in the winter, but I've just come back to it now, and I'm trying to sort of have a look at this again with the 50mm lens. The last time I shot it, it was with a 17 to 40mm lens, and I can't remember what focal length I used for that shot, but with the 50mm lens it's a very slightly tighter crop whichever way. So I'm going to set this one up and take this shot as well now, just because I want to see if I can get just the bench itself in the image. In the previous image it was the bench and some of the background, the bulrushes and the reeds at the back, but I think I can just about capture this with just the bench on its own, so I'll give it a try now. Well, that's it for this vlog now then, folks. Hope you enjoyed these images. My battery's going, so I'm going. If you've enjoyed this vlog, then please remember to like and subscribe, and I will see you again on another vlog very soon. Bye for now. So what have we learnt from this vlog? Don't plug your microphone into your headphone socket, that doesn't work. Also, remember to charge your batteries, don't drop your lens. If you can't decide between portrait and landscape orientation, take both, and basically go out and just enjoy yourself. Bye for now.